In Spanish, be very careful not to mix up the imperfect tense and the conditional tense, because actually for many verbs, particularly with regular ER and IR verbs, you're going to see the exact same endings in both of these tenses, but the meaning is completely different. The imperfect tense we use for saying we used to do something or we were doing something. It's used for habitual actions or repeated actions over a longer period in the past. The conditional tense, however, is used for talking about what you would do, a verb that would be done in the future in a hypothetical situation. So the endings that can cause a bit of confusion are the ia endings. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. First of all, the first person and the third person singular are the same ending, so that's one point of confusion. Yo comía, I used to eat, or I was eating. Él comía, ella comía, usted comía. We've got the same ending for lots of different grammatical persons. The main area I want to talk about today is how it can be confusing with words like comería. What's the difference? Comía, comería. I might see the ia ending and think, oh, that's the imperfect, or think that's the conditional. It happened with my year 10 class today. The difference is comía, I used to eat, and comería, I would eat, the infinitive ending. For the imperfect tense, we always remove that infinitive ending first, the AR, the ER, or the IR. For the conditional tense, we keep the entire infinitive and then we tag our conditional ending on the end. So to compare these, we've got bebía, I was drinking or I used to drink. Bebería, I would drink. Vivía, I used to live. Viviría, I would live. We could translate these things just as I drank or I lived, but it's different to the preterite tense. It's for more of a longer period of time or a repetitive or habitual action. So it really helps to think of the imperfect as I used to do the verb as opposed to I did the verb. With all of our ER and our IR verbs like vivir, like with beber or comer, it can be a bit confusing because it's the same ending, but we're keeping the infinitive ending. We're keeping our infinitive ending on there. We're keeping the whole infinitive. Comer, to eat. Comería, I would eat. Beber, to drink. Bebería, I would drink. The future tense, the simple future, the will tense, and the conditional tense are the only two tenses where we keep the infinitive. There are some irregulars, there's actually only 12 of them, where it's a slightly adapted version of the infinitive. We have an irregular stem. Instead of tener, it goes to tendría. And of course, in the imperfect tense, AR verbs use the aba endings. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. So things like escuchaba and escucharía, those you're not really going to get confused. It's the ER and the IRs you got to watch out for.